So if y'all been reading the community posts, I didn't have power all day. I just got power back. And I checked all my systems. Everything's functioning because y'all remember last time my console crashed out because it shut off again during the update. That was crazy. I haven't checked my laptop yet, but usually it's off. So I mean, I'm not really worried about that power thing. But I boot everything up. Everything's working fine. Hate fucking storms, bro. I mean, I don't hate storms because Mother Nature got to do their thing. Shit got to happen. Storms got to happen. But stop taking my power away, bro. Why ain't our power grid better? This is the future, bro. I think I lost power more in this future than I did in the past. Maybe because I'm not in a big ass city no more. Who cares about that? We talking about Xbox gaming news, and I boot up, and the first thing that pops up on my little like beginning page where all the news goes, and I'd be like tracking shit. Xbox Game Pass Core is a thing. It's replacing Xbox Live Gold. And I'm like, what? That's actually happening? That was a thing. That was like a rumor of a thing way back in the day that we thought was gonna happen. And it never happened. And now it's happening. So I mean now it's kind of cool that it's happening. Xbox Live Gold. I mean Xbox Live in general has been a thing for all of my gaming life, I guess. My whole life in gaming, Xbox Live has been a thing. It's been a thing that fucking long. And Xbox Live Gold, on the other hand, that was the thing that 360 brought with games with gold and stuff like that. The reason PlayStation even got PlayStation Plus. Games with gold is the reason PlayStation got PlayStation Plus. So that being retired now, because Game Pass is the new best thing, I think I'm alright with that. I think everybody be alright with that because we all know what Games with Gold has been going through these last couple years. For people who don't know, Games with Gold has been struggling to have like peak content in there. It's been good content. It's been alright content. A whole lot of things you probably never played for sure. But like they haven't had any big titles in a long time. But that's mostly because during the Xbox One generation, when nobody was around, Xbox gave out some of the best Games with Gold deals in the world, bro. They were giving out 4 or 5 games a month. Some of the best bangers, some of the best like backwards compatible content. They were throwing deal after deal because nobody was on their platform. Nobody was really there to benefit from it. But when people started coming back during the One X when it launched and when the Series X was launching, all those months of Games with Gold, it slowly got worse. They start trying to regurgitate some of it. And people was like, what happens with Games with Gold? I mean, y'all left for a whole generation. So y'all didn't see the greatness of Games with Gold when nobody was around. But they lost all the content. And they was like, well, I guess this is it. But Game Pass was booming. So this is Game Pass Core. From what I read from this article right here, is that Game Pass Core is normal Xbox Live Gold. They take away Games with Gold because that was like a fizzling out thing anyway. I don't think the last couple months people have really been interacting with Games with Gold. So I mean that being gone is alright. They exchanged that with like a catalog, like a curated catalog of games. And I heard that's gonna like swap out games every couple months. So it's not gonna be the same catalog of games all the time. They're gonna swap games in and out every couple months instead of like having Games with Gold come in all the time. Which I mean that sounds cool, especially for people that really don't fuck with Game Pass anyway. Just a small catalog of games that they can just like jump in and play at any time. I think they should be fine with it because they really don't use Game Pass. So they're probably not gonna use that catalog. But just to have it there to play something different, they might see something that goes in there at one point. They're like, oh, I want to try that. And it works out for them. But those are isolated cases. Games with Gold is still going to be on the platform. They're not going to be adding to it. But all the Games with Gold games that you've gotten since you had 360 on to now, all the Games with Gold games that you did get and you have, they're all going to still be on your account. You're still going to have all of them and play all of them. They're not going to remove none of those games from anybody, which is good. But as I was reading this, and I'm like, okay, Game Pass Core sounds really good. They're taking the PlayStation Plus approach because remember, I did a video. It was like one of the fanboys. What was his name, bro? I think he's my favorite Sony fanboy. He's the numbers guy. And he just, like, he posts Sony numbers, and it always looks so bad. Because when you post Sony numbers, and then you see what Sony actually does. It's like, why don't these numbers add up? It was Zuby Tech, bro. Zuby Tech, my nigga. He posted back when PlayStation Plus Remastered happened that Sony had like 40, 50 million PlayStation Plus subscribers. Over Game Pass is measly like 15 million. And I was like in that video, like, why ain't PlayStation Plus a better place? Like, why don't Sony care about it more if they have 50 million subscribers? It's because the PlayStation Plus player base, 90% of them is on the base level 1. They don't care about premium. They don't care about the extra tier. They didn't care about that shit. They're on basic PlayStation Plus. So it was just a numbers boost thing. And it reflects in that. And it's like, that's fine. Microsoft is going numbers boost too. All the Xbox Live Gold people are going to be Game Pass people. They didn't need it because they're almost at 30 million subscribers just on Game Pass in general. They didn't really need the numbers boost, but now they're going to do it to make Game Pass look even better, even more monstrous as a platform, which is fine. I mean, it was about time for that anyway. But the thing that gets me in all of this is normal Game Pass. Base level Game Pass. $11 Game Pass. What happens to that? What happens to that? Because if Game Pass Core replaces Xbox Live Gold, that's fine. Those things were separate at one point. They're becoming kind of one thing, but it's a separate one thing because they have to look curated mini Game Pass thing that they're going to pick from. But normal Game Pass is Game Pass. You get day one games, you get Game Pass. But you still have to pay for Xbox Live Gold to play online. I wish they would have made online free because that would have wounded Sony as something brutal. That would have wounded Sony something brutal. And Sony cannot lose that PlayStation Plus money, bro. That would have wounded Sony brutal if Xbox went free for just online access in general. But they kind of still got to pay for that because of security and stuff like that. We all know the excuses for it. But what happens to normal Game Pass? Because PlayStation... not PlayStation Plus, but Xbox Game Pass Core, it's so weird to say that, sounds like a better option than base Game Pass. Like, it sounds like a better option than base Game Pass in a lot of ways, other than the day one games that Game Pass gets all the time. But you still have to buy PlayStation Plus. Damn, I'm fucking up. I'm mixing all these things together. Xbox Game Pass Core, holy shit. You have to mix Game Pass Core and normal Game Pass to have the Game Pass Ultimate thing you already have, like they already got. But some people don't want Game Pass Ultimate because they don't want the PC version, they don't want EA Play, stuff like that. That's fine. So they keep normal Game Pass, but then they gotta buy Game Pass and Game Pass at the same time. It's strange. It's a strange time right now. Because from everything that it sounds like, Game Pass Core is definitely better than Xbox Live Gold. And it's high key a little bit better than base Game Pass, which is more expensive and gives you, I mean, it gives you more games, but it doesn't give you online access. And the online access is the important part. I mean, it wasn't an important part at first, but since they fused them, normal Game Pass just seems out of date. Something's wrong with it because it doesn't have online access, and this one does. So they have to buy Core and they have to buy Game Pass to get Game Pass. It is strange, bro. It's strange. I don't want to rant on about it, but that's the news. It's strange. We're going to talk about more on Gaming News Weekly for sure, bro. This is not just going off on a hitch. Sunday, 1 p.m. Central Time. That's my time anyway. I don't know how to convert it to everybody else's time. I'm going to get doing it at some point. But Game Pass Core is cool. Normal Game Pass, base level Game Pass, they got to add something. Because, like, Game Pass Core seems like the better play. If you don't have Ultimate, Game Pass Core is the better play. For sure. Unless you really want day one games. But you still got to buy Core anyway. It's a weird place right now. Hopefully Microsoft clean that up. But I'm going to end it right here. So thank you all for watching, like, subscribe if you're new. Since my power's back on, I'm going to go play some games. And, I got to go actually in a little bit. But, I'll see y'all in the next video.